Protection there. Baker out front. Both to the basket, back out, and he's going to throw it out here to number 4 on the wing, and he's off the back iron. Rebound in there by 5. Pushes it up for the Hawks on the right side, and that is Baker, and he's up and in. He pulls it down in there by 23. A long shot in there by Cheney. Bounces off to the Tigers. Tigers down the lane and up and in, and it's going to be in one. That's 34 for the Tigers. Let's call him Knighton. 4-0 early lead for the Tigers. 6:22 to go first quarter. And that's going to be a 3-point play for the Tigers. And this time he throws it back out to Cheney. Baker with the set shot out front, and he swishes it from 3. Tigers out front with it, calls a play. Got a screen there on ball stream at the top, and they got called for a moving pick. Jerry Williams with the ball. Hibbity hops up, picks up the dribble. In that to Cheney. Cheney looks down the lane, and he is fouled as he did a Euro and got it to the bucket, but it was off the front rim. 5:43 to go in the first quarter. Hawks trail by 2. As Jalen gets a shooter's roll. And he switches it again. So we all locked up at 5 as the Tigers as the guard gets down the lane and passes it back out, and it's going to be a charge. Chad Howard on the charge. 5:30 to go first quarter. The Hawks inbounded. Williams brings it up as he hibbity hop gets called the timeline. Picks it up to Cheney, and it's going to be another moving screen over there on 23. As they said, a high screen over there, and he left a little too early. So it's going to be Tigers ball. To Howard as he hibbity hop gets across mid-court, all the way down the lane, throws it up, and it's going to be out of bounds as looked like he was throwing it up for a slam, but had nobody there. And it's the Hawks ball as Jalen drives it into the paint, throws it away as the Tigers come out of there with it. That was Washington. Now Pugh. As he put a crossover, throws it down, and that is Cheney as he come across and breaks it up. They get it out front. Good pressure in there by the Hawks defense. Howard backs in and out of that, and it's going to be a jumper, and it's going to be a foul as Chad Howard goes to the line. He's going to shoot 2. And the first one is good. And that front end is good. As Williams come in. And he gets 2 out of 2, and Williams brings it up for the Hawks. Throws it over to Cheney on the baseline jumper, no good. And he gets the same shot, puts him in the air, and comes down with a mid-range, and could not get the shooter's roll, and Tigers controlled it. As they bring it up, across the timeline, in there to number 4, down the lane, and throws it up, and Hawks rebound and pushes it up by Williams. Down the middle of the lane, passes back out to Cheney for 3, swish it. Jalen Cheney on the big 3 for the Hawks. All knotted up at 8 apiece. The Hawks' first contest here, and that is Baker with the up and under, and now he gets it to go this time, and the Hawks take a 2-point lead. Knocked away in there by Baker as the Hawks pick up with the press. Tigers inbound. That's to Howard. He puts it on the floor, trying to control his dribble. He's out front there on Williams. Head up. Burton on the next man. Down the lane. He goes with it and put it in. On a good drive in there by Washington. Hawks lose it. Back down the floor with it. That's Howard to the basket. And this time could not get the roll. Knocked away in there by the Hawks, number 23. The Hawks got 2 blocks on that set right there. Stack set for the Tigers. They got it down the lane. It's going to be a foul on 23 as he tried to stop the shot from going up as the guy, Knighton, was right there in the dunker spot. And he's going to have 2 shots. We all knotted up at 10 apiece, 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Off the front end of the rim, no good. As the Hawks going to have a smaller lineup in there. Gets a shooter's roll. 11-10, Tigers over the Hawks. As Williams do a crossover there, pulls it back out. As we dribbling out front, Williams down the lane and up with it, and no good. Rebound in there by the Tigers. Down the lane with the Tigers, up with a left-hand shot, and it's going to no good, and it's going to call a charge. As he went up with a bit of a shot, changed hand with it, but the defensive man was inside the broken circle, and they call him for the charge. Williams walks it up for the Hawks. On a 1-2-2 zone for the visitors. Williams with the long shot, and got a whistle for a jump ball, and look like it's going to be the Tigers' ball with the possession error. Some confusion here. We're in the first quarter, 2:30 The Tigers 11, the Hawks 10. And we'll take a timeout right here.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game, be the best that you could be.
As the Hawks brings it in. Baker did a little dippy-to-do and got it in to go, and the Hawks up by 12-11. Got full court press in there and knocked away in there by Baker. Knocked away in there again by Hawks. Still a Tigers ball. Howard down the court with it on the break. And he dribbled it off his foot down in the paint. Dribbled it back out at the elbow, around to the top of the key. On the wing, back out front. Knocked away in there by Williams. Going to be Hawks, Tigers ball. 1:50 to go. And that's going to be a whistle. Going to be a turnover. And it's belongs to the Hawks. Into Williams as he walks it across. Dippity-doo goes down the lane, and it's going to be a holding call as he tried to get it in the paint. Williams then once again. As Cheney tried to save it. The 1:40 to go, first quarter. Pretty good contest here as the Hawks leading the Tigers by a point into the Tigers as they bring it up court. And he double dribbled with it. Dribbled it off his knee. Williams brings it into Williams. Williams back court. Jaron walks it over. Passes to Jeremy. Gets down the lane. Back out to Baker. Baker for the three. And bounces off the back iron. Tigers ball. Tigers bring it in from the baseline. Almost taken away by the Hawks as Williams ride him down the side and kicked it out of bounds. Hawks ball. As Williams was riding him down that side out there, and he kicked it off his foot, so the Hawks will take it over as they bring it up court with Jeremy Williams. As he walks across the timeline, passes it off to Baylor. Got a screen up there at the top of the key, and he shoots it, no good, and it's going to be a foul in there to Jeremy Williams. Not Jeremy, Jaron, I should say. The Tigers brings it up. He picks up his dribble, knocked away in there by Chaney, but it's out of bounds. As he gets it inbound down the lane and looks, try to do a reverse dribble, and he bounces it off would-be Hawks' leg, and the Tigers going to have a baseline out as he tried to get it in to the front guy. As we are in the wing here, behind the back dribble, pulls it back out. Good spacing in there, and it's going to be a 5-second call as he was picked up way up there, and he just dribbled it out there and got caught for 5 seconds. 27 seconds to go in the quarter. The Hawks 12, the Tigers 11. That's Williams to Baker. Puts it on the floor, picks it up to Williams, back to Baker. Baker takes his time. Got to overload to the right side. Baker makes his move, gets it down to the top of the key, and he almost switched it, but it was a little long from the beginning. Hit the back iron, but it was a good-looking shot. The Tigers are going to have control of it to start this second quarter. Hawks in front by 1. Johnson picks up at the top of the key down the lane for the Tigers, and what a rebound. He couldn't put back up, and Roberson pulls it out of there for the Tigers. For the Hawks, and that's Johnson on a long 3. No good. And that is Howard on a Euro step and down the lane for good. And this time they overthrow Chaney down the lane. Tigers take over. And Chaney down the lane and changes hands with it and put it off the glass. And that is no good as Roberson comes down with the rebound, and he's fouled. Jerry Williams walks it up for the Hawks. Across the timeline. Over to Cheney. Back to Baker and a little alley-oop to Jaron Williams as he loses it out of bounds on the baseline. And that is Baker. And the N1 as the Hawks takes a 3-point lead. Can stretch it out to 4 with Antoine Baker at the chair to strike. Baker gets a shooter's roll, and the Hawks have their biggest lead of the night by 4. Tigers inbounded on the baseline, and that's Howard as he moves it up court here. Shadowed by Williams. As they back out on the wing to Jacobs. Down in the paint, and he tries to get it up. It's a little too short in there for the big guys. Knocked away in there by Howard as he tried to get it in there to Cheney. Robinson brings it in to Williams. Williams surveys the court. High post to Robinson. Robinson turns, goes down the lane, puts it up, and no good. Rebound in there by the Tigers as they pushes it up court. And that's going to be all the way and throws it up off the glass. No good. And Cheney wheels and deals for the Hawks as he loses footing. And gets a foul that bails him out over there, number 3. For the visitors. As Cheney is at the chair to strike. .5:55 to go in the second quarter. First home game for the boys, first game of the year. They're coming in with an 0-0 record. The Tigers of GEO coming in with a 3-2 record. As Cheney get a shooter's bounce. As they stretch the lead to 5. So Cheney goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. 6-point lead as Howard pushes it up for the Tigers. At the top. And he's going to be traveling with it. As he was kind of indecisive which way he wanted to go and made a couple steps before he put it on the floor. Johnson brings it into Williams. I'm seeing Williams into Williams. Javin and Jared. Throws it in there to Baker. Baker turns it around. Back out to Williams on the right flank. High screen there. Williams down the lane. Throws it up with the right hand and in. So the Hawks stretching it out right now with a 8-point lead with 5:18 to go here in the Howard at the top of the key. Long, no good as it couldn't get the shooter's roll. Jalen Williams down to hesitate and knocked away by Howard as he tried to stutter step and make it to the rim. Howard knocked it away from the backside. So it's going to be Hawks ball under the baseline. 5:05 to go here in the second quarter. Williams inbounded to Cheney. Didn't pick it up, and that's going to be a blocking foul and 1 against the Hawks as He pushed it up the court. Laid it in for the basket and the foul. 21-15, the Hawks over the Tigers. We're in the second quarter. You're watching Ghost Sports TV. I'm James Smokey Leonard. This is a fine Ghost production. Basketball at the Hawks Nest. And that completed the three-point play for the Tigers, so we're at 21-16. And that's a reaching foul. And we're going to be in the bonus, shooting the front end of a 1-and-1. And it rims out. Tigers corralled it. Howard pushes it up all the way down the lane, and he Euro steps and could not come up with the layup. And Cheney pushes it up for the Hawks. Pulls it back out. Loses control of the dribble. Howard picks it up and is knocked away by the Hawks, and it's going to be Tigers ball. Tigers inbounded from the front court. Howard on the baseline. They tried to get it into the paint and get it high off the glass. No good. Johnson moves it up to Cheney. Cheney with the left hand, and he's going to be fouled. 4:15 to go here in the second quarter. The Tigers on the short end of the score, 21 for the Hawks, 16 for the Tigers. As Cheney, I should say, is at the charity stripe. And that one's nothing but net. Cheney hits them both. A good looking move as he shaked and baked and drove it down the lane, but he was fouled as he goes to the charity stripe. Off the front end of the rim. He misses them both. Corral in there by Baker. Williams moves it up to Cheney. Cheney down the lane. That's going to be a charge. Well, if they call it a block, I thought it was a charge on Cheney. But with 4 minutes, he's at the stripe for two. Hawks leading 23-16. As he switches the front end. And he gets both of them. And we'll take a timeout with 4 minutes to go to halftime. The Hawks of St. Helena 25, the Tigers of GEO 16.
is just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
You know, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game, be the best that you could be.
Coming out of this timeout, the Hawks with a 9-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the halftime on a good crowd here tonight for the opening of the doubleheader. You're watching Ghost Sports TV. We find Ghost Production as the Tigers inbound it. Are they trying to? In and back to the inbounder as he dribbled behind his back, picked up at the top of the key by Baker. And that is going to be a foul or what? Looks like it is going to be a foul on Williams, number 11. 3:51 to go in the second quarter. The Tigers trying to cut into this 9-point lead the Hawks has. Howard swishes it. And he gets them both. 7-point lead for the Hawks as Williams tried to get it up front, and he going to be held out front there by a Tiger. And he goes to stripes. And we're in the bonus. Williams puts it up, and it takes a shooter's roll, goes in. And he gets both of them. Lead back out to 9. As Howard brings it up on Williams, gets to the middle of the floor and all the way to the hoop, throws it up and off the glass for a bucket. He took it from baseline to baseline, and the Hawks is up by 7. Williams does the same thing and gets the same results. Off the glass, and we back out by 9 with 3:18 to go. Howard dribbles it up court. Williams tried to shadow him, a little shake and bake. And a little step back jumper, and they can count it. Back to 7 with 3 minutes to go. Williams down the lane, and he cannot get it to go, and he jumps right in and steals it. Gets it out to Chaney. Chaney with a little waltz and a shooter's roll for a foul and one. And Chaney grabbed it from the right side, came across the middle of the lane and threw it up with his left hander off the glass, and it fell in. The Hawks back up by 9, trying to move it to 10 from the stripe. Bounces off the back rim. Howard walks it up this time. 3:38 to go in the quarter. Down the middle of the lane. Howard all the way to the rack and knocked away in there by Baker. Double substitution for the Tigers. Howard with it and a little shake and could not get it to fall. Johnson over to Williams. Williams down to Cheney, and the left-hander it up. And the Hawks moved it out to an 11-point lead with 2:17 to go, and it's a steal. And it's going to be a layup in there by Cheney. With 2:10 to go, the Hawks have stretched it out to a 13-point lead. A little shake to Howard. We're at the top of the key. Cheney shattered him, put a little move on Cheney. Back to Howard at the top of the key. Move to the elbow down to the little corner. Wild shot off. Big rebound in there by the big guy. It's going to be Hawks ball. He couldn't put it back up, but he took control as Robinson comes in for Johnson. 1:40 to go in the half. The Hawks with a 13-point lead. Williams moves the ball up court. Over to Cheney. Back out to Williams in front. Williams over in the corner to Baker. Baker with the three. Switch, no. We got 2-on-2 break and knocked away in there by Williams, and he stepped out of bounds. 1:21 to go in the quarter. The Tigers getting it set on the far base. Howard out front. Setting a stream, a high stream, and it's going to be a moving pick as he got to stay set. That's the second time that's been called here tonight with 1:14 to go. Hawks up by 13. Williams walks it up. Ball stream there by Williams. A little weave to Baker. Baker backs it out. Turns and wheel, and this time he carried it. So they call a carry on Baker. Howard tries to shake and bake Williams. He does. And it's going to be a foul. Holding foul on number 5, Williams. Howard, 6 it. Exactly 1 minute and a half. So Howard gets both free throws to get it back to 9. 4 unanswered points for the Tigers. Williams over to Williams. Back out to Williams. Looking for somebody in the corner. Cheney on the little fake by and knocks a three-pointer down. Hawks back out by 13. With 30 seconds to go, Howard on a little crossover. Gets it down into the lane. Pulls it back out. A little mid-range jumper, and it's going to be a jump ball in there. 45 went up and got it. He's a big man, pulls it down, and Williams was able to try to jerk it away. They call it for the foul. As the referee shut the band down on this free throw attempt. The Hawks on front by 37-24. And could not get the shooter's roll on the front end, but 19 seconds to go. Roberson, Cheney in for Roberson. Finally got it set. This time he got the shooter's roll, and the Hawks is up by 12 as Williams gets it across the timeline over to Cheney. Jalen is tied up with it, and it's going to be Tigers' ball. Into Howard, backcourt, picked up by Williams. Howard pushes him off as he goes down the lane and get a shooter's roll on that shot with 3 seconds to go. The Hawks is up by 10 and Williams drew it up, and that's the half. The Hawks, Riley from a deficit to take a 10-point first half lead. Second half coming right up.
Sisterhood is trust. Sisterhood is love.
Sisterhood is the bond that was created on and off the court.
Sisterhood is about tradition, about the culture, about holding your sister accountable. That's the sisterhood.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game, be the best that you could be.
I'm Tyrese Muse, owner of Comfort Plus Mechanical 2, where we specialize in residential AC repair. We're a local family-owned company located in Walker, Louisiana. We have over 26 years of experience in the heating and AC industry. We pride ourselves on being reliable, providing high-quality service, and having an experienced workforce. If you have any AC residential needs, contact us at 225-571-9323. Mention the code below and receive 10% off the service.
Testing 1, 2. Well, we get ready to start this second half as the Hawks come back out. We're starting at 5, number 11, Jaron Williams, number 23, Robertson, number 2, Antoine Baker, number 5, Jerry Williams, number 3, Jalen Chaney. The starting 5 for the Hawks as the Hawks enjoy a 10-point lead as we start this third quarter. I'd like to welcome everybody to this first broadcast of the season for the Hawks basketball. You're watching Go Sports TV. My name is James Smokey Leonard, and this is a Flying Ghost production. The Hawks going to inbound it for the third quarter here as Baker's going to be bringing it in. And we're ready to go. Into Williams as he looks over the field, steps across the timeline, throws it away, and Baker tries to get in front. He does and blocks it off the glass. Williams down the lane, throws it out to Chaney. Chaney from the corner, swish it. So the Hawks open up with 3, move it out to 13 points with 7:36 to go early in the third quarter. Back to Howard. Howard double team, trying to get across the timeline, picks up his dribble, and he walks with it. No, it's going to be a 10-second call. So the Hawks forced him into a turnover right then. Could not get it across the timeline, and the Hawks played from there. Williams moves it up across the timeline. Picked up there by Howard, moved to the middle of the court to Robertson, back out to Chaney. Chaney takes 2 dribbles to the elbow to Baker, down the lane to Williams, down to Baker. Baker throws it up and off the glass and in. 42-27, the Hawks up by 15 now. Howard throws it over to his man, Judy Buggs down the lane on a runner. Picked up by Williams, throws it over there to Chaney, and Chaney takes his time and splits the defense and put it in. 17-point lead by the Hawks, and an air ball in there by the Tigers. And Tigers saved it out of bounds, so it's going to be Tigers ball underneath the goal. Try to get into the big guy. He does, and he backs it out and shoot it for 3. Cuts it to a 14-point lead with 6:16 in the third quarter. Williams right in front of his bench, behind the back, dribbled and down the lane, and a little scoop-to-doo, and off the glass. Good for Williams, and Williams, as they double up on Howard in the backcourt, he gets it across the line. A long jumper, in and out, as Robertson had it taken away from him, and a reverse layup, no good. Williams brings it up for the Hawks, across the timeline. Gets it to the middle of the court on a little mid-range jumper, and in and out. Robinson with a little fake up and back up and in. Off the rebound, and the Hawks back up by 18 with 5:25. Down the lane to a would-be score, and then he tapped it in over Williams. Had a half advantage that time. Williams throws it behind his back and throws it away, and that's Howard with the left-hand layup. And forced the Hawks into a timeout. I'd like to remind you that the schedule for the broadcast will be coming out sometime during the week. and you can know when your next telecast is going to be. Like it's going to be the Hawks ball coming this way with it. And that was a whistle for a ball on the floor. Don't know how it got there, but got a press in there by the Tigers, and he throws it over to Cheney. Cheney picks up a reaching foul. It's going to be a side out for the Hawks. Cheney walks it up. Throws it to Williams. Williams runs to a swing. Throws it away. Howard tries to get around Williams on the first side. Makes him pick it up, and it's going to be on the baseline and out. It's going to be Hawks ball. Side out for the Hawks. Into Cheney. 4:36 to go, third quarter. Hawks up by 14. Down in the right corner to Johnson, and a swish shot on a mid-range jumper. It's going to be a two-pointer. Tigers at the top on the wing. Back to Washington as he looks at the basket, throws it back to, and that's a reverse layup and knocked away in there by Baker. .359 to go in the third quarter. Hawks with a 16-point lead, stolen away in there by Johnson. As he come out of there with it, brings it up court, throws it away as he tries to get it in there to Cheney. Knocked it away in there by the Tigers off a Hawk. As Tigers make wholesale substitution. Hawks bringing it in on the near side. Into Cheney. Back to Johnson. String set in there by Robertson, and a pick and roll, and down the lane it goes. Worked perfectly. A little pressure from the Hawks. Picked off in there by Baker, and he's going to lay it in. No, it's going to be a two-shot foul. As the Hawks try to move it out to a 20-point deficit with 3:38 to go in the third quarter. Baker shoots it, and he swishes it. He gets both of those, and the Hawks enjoying their biggest lead of the night by 20 with 3:26 to go in the third quarter. Washington throws it away. Howard throws it away for the Tigers, and let's see. Timeout call. We're going to take a full timeout.
is just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those. It's going to be Tigers ball as they inbound it. 3:16 to go in the quarters. Howard down the lane, and it's going to be a foul in there by Cheney. As Howard went down the lane, picked up that foul. Howard misses the front end. Makes the second one. 54-35, 19-point lead, and he steps on the out of bounds line, and Williams. Tigers gets the turnover. Howard out front, throws it to the right wing. Down the right side. Picked up by Robinson. Howard. Down the line, mid-range jumper, throws it off the rim. Knocked away in there by Hawk. Scramble for it. Picked up in there by White Shirt. Williams, Baker down the lane with it, and the left hand, right hand switch. Counted. 21-point lead by the Hawks with 2:27 to go, third quarter. As Howard tries to get it up, throws it away. Hawks ball. Williams back in the game. Replaced Jaron Williams. Throw it away for the Hawks with 2:19 in the third quarter, 56-35. The Hawks on the front by 21 points. Howard picks up a screen and a long three off the side rim, throws it down to Cheney on the layup with the right hand, and it's good. 2:01 to go, third quarter. Howard tries to get across the center line, throws it away. Jeremy, you're watching Ghost Sports TV, a Flying Ghost production. This is basketball, Hawk style. As Baker dribbles across the timeline, divvied up down the lane, and it's going to be and one. As Antoine Baker took it down the middle of the lane, sidestepped one guy, put it off the glass, drew the foul and the basket. 1:18 to go. The Hawks 62, the Tigers 35. And he completes the three-point play. Tigers bring it in. They see if they empty their bench now. Get some young players in there. Baker pulls it back out over to Williams. Fakes it in there to Johnson. Baker and the little mid-range jumper from the top of the key. Knocked away in there by Johnson and stepped on the baseline by a Tiger. It's going to be a Hawks ball. Johnson brings it in. Baker backs it out of there. Johnson looks like he's going to throw it down in there to Roberson. Roberson Throws it into Williams. Williams, a little stutter step down the lane and a little scoop and up and under. Couldn't get it to fall. Tigers pushes it up court off the backboard. Johnson pushes it up for the Tigers, pulls it back out, slows it down as Baker walks it up across the timeline as he hibbity hop out front, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout as the coach want to draw up a play with 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Hawks 63, the Tigers 35. You're watching Hawks basketball, 22-23 season. Hawks has been a playoff team for the last 4 or 5 years. A couple years ago, they went all the way to the quarterfinal, was beat by the eventual champion, Port Allen. Got knocked out in the second round, I believe, this past season. As Coach Robertson is looking for a breakout season here with this men basketball team. Inbound to Williams as he picked up. Johnson had it stolen away, and let's see what's going to happen. And a layup on the breakaway by the Tigers. Williams with it, and a long jumper out of the corner, no good. Pulled down in there by Robertson, and he traveled with Robertson, I should say. Number 23, with 1.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. And that's the end of the third quarter as the Hawks take a big lead going in. Got a 24-point lead, 26-point lead. To start this fourth quarter. Tigers is going to bring it in to start the quarter. Inbound into Howard as he walks across the midcourt. Picked up there by Jarwin Williams. Double team there, and it goes it away. Picked up by Williams as he stutter steps and goes around a guy. He's going to put it in the basket and a foul. .7:47 to go. The Hawks trying to move it out to a larger lead. And they do with a 29-point lead. Throws it in there to the big guy. He sneaks it down to the baseline to stolen away in there by a Hawk, thrown it away and almost blocked in there. And the big guy followed it up for his rebound as he picks up the dribble. Big man on the rebound, throws it out to Howard. Howard pushes it up court, down the lane, back out. Mid-range jumper, no good. Williams pulls it up, down to Baker. Baker at the left-hander. 29-point lead with 7:07. The Hawks putting on a good display of defense here tonight, and that's going to be off the front iron. Williams down the lane to Robertson. Robertson spins and off the glass and in. As Howard walks it up, split the two defenders. Back out front, throws it to the west wing. Down the middle of the lane, left-handed layup, no good. Picked off by the Hawks. Williams down the court with it. Throws it over to Johnson. Johnson a long three and knocks it down. .606 to go, fourth quarter. Hawks on a big lead. Long jump, long three in there by the Tigers, and that's good. Williams on a spin to the goal, into Williams. Williams off the glass and in. 27-point lead for the Hawks. And that's out of bounds to the Tigers. Substitution for the Hawks. Stolen away by Williams. Got a breakaway, and it's going to be Williams on the layup. .35-point lead. Air ball and throws it way down to Johnson. Johnson throws across to 33, and he shoots it long and misses it. Good hustle down the. He carried the ball, but they gave him the break. He's going to be fouled with 4:40 to go. As wholesale substitution comes in for the Hawks. Coach pretty much calling off the Dogs here. Got a foul out front. As he throw it in the back court. A little shake and puts it in. 3:42 to go in the game, and stolen by the Tigers. Lay it up in there, got it inbound to Washington. A little shake and bake, looks at the rim, backs it out of there. Stolen away by Howard. A little shake and bake, and Howard shoots it off to the front of the rim. Twin down the lane with the ball and throws it over to Washington. They say he stepped on the line, but I contest that. This heel was up off the ground. 2 minutes and 55 seconds and counting. The Hawks going to pull off their first victory here tonight as the Tigers going to clear the bench, get some young players in there. The Hawks has already cleared their bench. All the way to the rack, and a wild layup thrown up. Washington down the lane with it. The Twin into the paint, and he throws it away. And let's see, it's going to be a foul as he will go to the line to shoot two with 2:09 and counting. I'd like to remind you that the schedule for the remaining games of the season will be coming out sometime shortly. Check the schedule, see what our next broadcast is going to be. Let's check the link at Flying Ghost Production. As both Coach Robertsons came in here, had a big night, the girls and the boys. As Twin misses the front end. As he takes his time. Couldn't get on the book, but Cheney tried to get it out of there, and they're going to call a foul on 13. One minute and counting. Washington backs off. A little crossover down the lane. And that's going to be a hard foul in there by Cheney. With 49 seconds to go, and it's running as the Tigers go to the stripe. And it bounces off the back rim. Off the front rim this time, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Tigers ball on the baseline. And that's going to be it from the Hawks Nest as the Tigers drop one to the Hawks by a score of 7-7 and 46 for their first victory. And we're going to go down and talk to the old ball coach. Testing 1, 2. And we're down on the court with the old ball coach after a blowout victory, 77-46. Coach, tell us what you saw.
We just been working on our defense a lot. We understand to be an elite program is going to take defense. So I think the second half we turned up the defense a lot, and that's what I was expecting.
Well, Coach, I know you defensively you held them to 27 points in the first half and less than that in the second half. So your defensive scheme had to be working. Let's talk about the offensive side of it. Who was your leading scorer here tonight?
I'm not sure, but with us, it doesn't really matter. We play as a team, as a unit. We know at any given night, any one of our kids can just have an awesome night. So again, we pride ourselves on defending. So tonight, the second half, I think we did a better job. So we're just getting ready for Crystal Ray on Friday.
Well, Coach, I was going to ask you about the next game. So you're playing in Baton Rouge on Friday. Try to stretch it out to 2-game stretch here. Coach, when do you think you're going to have Mack and Atkins back in your lineup?
Mack will be back on tomorrow. Atkins is still nursing an injury that he had a couple weeks ago in practice, so he's getting some treatment right now. So hopefully, we also got Jeremy Williams. He's out. He's a great shooter. So hopefully he'll be back and we'll be full strength come next week.
Well, Coach, I want you to go ahead and get with your boys and savor this victory. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck on Friday, and we'll get with you on the remaining schedules. And that's it here from the court. My name is James Smoker Leonard. You've been watching Ghost Sports TV, a Flying Ghost production. We'll see you on our next broadcast.